Now then, they say, don't they, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but what can you do with a stick of celery? Well, I don't know, so I'm going to ask an expert. This man here, Dale Pinnock, is a medical herbalist, he's a nutritionist, and he's a medicinal chef as well. Now, I've heard of the first two, but not the third one. Dale,
the third one. How
welcome.
are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So tell me what a medicinal chef is and how you came to be, because I think you're about the only one in the world, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah. Medicinal cookery, basically it's creating therapeutic dishes based on the actual pharmacological activity of the individual ingredients.
Oh, big words.
Big
now,
words.
That means ordinary things that we find in our cupboards and fridge being able to do us some good, potentially.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So tell us what kind of conditions we could be talking about. And you're talking about in partnership with how you might be dealing with a condition that you have.
Exactly.
Not
The whole
replacing
premise of these dishes is really something that can be used alongside someone's regular treatment regime.
Okay.
You know, it's things that people can actually do for themselves to play an active role in their own healthcare, really.
Okay, give us an example.
It could be anything from arthritis, asthma, eczema, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all sorts.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you about arthritis because your DVD is called
Beat Arthritis
Naturally. And it's got a big picture of a stick of celery and a stethoscope on the front cover. So I've got some celery. How could celery help arthritis?
Well, there's two things. Celery, I mean, you probably think that celery is the most innocuous, boring food on the planet. It's actually a natural painkiller. There's a compound in here called 3-N-butylphthalate, bit of a mouthful, 3-MB for short.
Okay.
That actually works in the body as a natural painkiller. Granted, it's not as strong as like a pharmaceutical drug necessarily, but it's, you know, it's a perfect example of the kind of foods that you can add into your sort of day-to-day regime.
So if you're already taking medication for things like osteoarthritis, joint pain, or whatever that may be, then celery could well help alongside with your treatment.
Exactly.
Fantastic. And I think this is really good because rather than us, what we tend to do is we go into health food shops, we see row upon row upon row, there's vitamin A, B, C, D to you know what, and a combination. And you think, actually, you're so bombarded with choice, you think, well, actually, I'll do nothing. Where this is as simple as literally thinking about what you buy and incorporating it into dishes.
Yeah, exactly.
How simple is that?
Exactly.
Now,
and how
why
pleasurable
are
as well.
you the only medicinal chef in the world?
Well, basically, how it happened, when I was studying herbal medicine, the study of herbal medicine is essentially based on plant biochemistry and how that interacts with human physiology in order to deliver a healing response.
Okay.
I started to realise that a lot of the actual active chemicals that we were studying medicinal plants that made them medicinal are also present in culinary plants too. So I started to put two and two together. Like, oh, I know how that chemical compound influences this body system. So I started to put recipes together on that basis.
And this isn't about creating brand new, weird and wacky recipes.
No.
This is about taking almost everyday
ingredients,
favourites
exactly,
and adapting it and incorporating the ingredients. Now, we've talked about celery.
Yes.
What are the other kind of key ingredients that you try and get into these dishes?
There's
Tell us a bit more.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I mean, we've got chili, for example. Chili, I mean, several properties here. In this particular dish that I'm using it in, it actually helps to lower blood pressure. There's a compound inside here in the skin and within the seeds that actually, well, it's called capsaicin, actually relaxes the muscular walls of the blood vessels, helps to take blood pressure down.
And is that in the outside of
That's
the
on
chili?
the inner skin and in the seeds. So if you use that topically, it works as a painkiller as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got some other bits and pieces here. You've got lemongrass, for instance.
Lemongrass, again, that's a circulatory stimulant.
And a lot of people don't really know what to do with lemongrass, so you can help us in terms of how we can incorporate that into dishes as well. So how?
Basically, I mean, it's really, really good in slow-cooked dishes, so curries, soups, things like that.
Yeah.
The sort of long-term heat exposure brings
things
all the,
where you
all
just
the
leave
flavours
it,
out.
leave it in maybe just to kind of steep in water or a stock or whatever it may be.
Exactly.
And the taste from that is what it says on the tin, isn't it? It's a beautiful lemon flavour. So that goes into a lot of Asian cookery and Thai cookery in particular. Now you've got a clove of garlic there. Now most people. The choice or the prospect of eating a clove of garlic or going anywhere near a whole clove of garlic would be a little bit frightening. So you're not talking about just popping that in your mouth hole, are you?
No, not at all. Not so. I know people that do, you know, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Absolutely.
But no, just incorporate it into dishes. You can incorporate it into salad dressings or just have it as a base.
Okay, so there's lots of different things you can do that. And of course, I saw on a cookery programme, because I did see somebody else's cookery programme before I saw your DVD, of course. roasting garlic actually completely sweetens it. So you can roast the whole
beautiful
bowl.
And you spread it on toast. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, you can make some kind of, make
changes
your own
the
garlic
flavour
bread.
a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. You've got a simple red onion here as well.
Simple red onion. Yeah, absolutely. A couple of things with red onion. That bright reddy purple colour.
Okay.
It's a group of chemicals called flavonoids, which actually help to protect blood vessels from damage, things like that.
Okay.
Also, there's something in here called quercetin, which actually helps to reduce allergic responses as well, so quite good for allergies. Things like hay fever.
So there's a whole host of different things. What I love is we're going to be doing two different things, aren't we?
We are
today?
indeed, absolutely.
Let's start with a soup. Now you're going to make a coconut and spicy lentils.
Spicy red lentil and coconut soup. This is a dish that I actually created for heart health. Okay, and all the ingredients are sort of relevant to that, really.
Because I have to say as well, this man shot to fame quite literally, didn't you? With a chance appearance on the Chris Evans radio programme, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely, on Drive.
On his Drive Time programme. And your website crashed, and everyone wants to know about it because there's nobody around that does this kind of thing. There's lots of people that provide supplements and other bits and pieces, but you have to work hard to go and find them, don't you? And then you
need to know what you're doing with it as well.
Absolutely.
And there's potential for interactions with different things. With this, it's simple. It's just creating a dish.
Yeah.
It's just what a more pleasurable way to get healthy.
Absolutely, and we're all into cookery at the moment, aren't we? And we're all into growing our own food as well. That's a big thing at the moment,
absolutely,
isn't it? We're all growing our own. Now, let's see what you're doing. You've got a red onion there.
Yeah, starting off with a red onion.
So he's doing the big chef thing as well, and chopping that very small. Now, we should explain that injury on his finger is vacuum cleaning injury and not a cookery injury. We'll not go any further into that. How he managed to do that, heaven only knows, but these things happen, even to chefs.
Absolutely, yeah, it happens to the best of us. So yeah, we spoke about the red onion. Now the garlic going in, there's so many amazing properties associated with garlic, but in the context of heart health, there's a compound in here called ayoine.
Okay.
Okay, and what ayoine does is actually reduces the level of LDL cholesterol in the blood.
Okay, so a lot of people at the moment are buying things like these spreads and these yogurts and things like that, and I'm not decrying those in any way, of course, if that's the way you choose to do it, but again, you have to deliberately do it. They can be a little bit more expensive, and actually garlic could be a very, very simple way to help you as well.
Wonderful, it really, really is.
And very inexpensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, it has an interaction with the rate at which the blood clots as well, so it helps to protect against clots. Okay. Really good for the immune system. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. The chili we spoke about actually stimulates the circulation, widens the blood vessels. So that in itself helps to take blood pressure down. Again, it's a relatively temporary effect, but this is designed to work alongside everything else. So.
Now listen, you've got a whole host of recipes as well on your website, haven't you?
I have indeed, yes.
So that's dalepinnock.com, and if you'd like the chance to win a copy of Dale's DVD right now, I tell you what, we'll have you got a little question in your mind?
I'm sure one will pop in eventually.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, what we'll do, I think what we might do is get people to text in. Text in, we'll put you into a draw, and we'll pick two of you out and send you a copy of Dale's DVD, which is called Beat Arthritis Naturally. All you need to do, as always, text in the word SHINE and then your message. Don't forget your name as well. Be nice to say hello to you, and send it to 84555. Now that's just a standard rate text, and we've got 2 copies of the DVD to give away. Very briefly, what's on the DVD?
Right, it's a mixture of recipes, different techniques like home therapy techniques like hot and cold compress therapy. Also a look at some of the proven supplements, some of the supplements that have actually got the evidence base behind them, discusses how they may or may not interact with any medication, safe ways of using them, things like that. So,
fantastic.
Very broad.
Okay, well, you've got a chance to win one of those DVDs. As I say, Dale's very kindly brought in 2 copies of the DVD. All you need to do is to drop us a text right now to get an entry in. You text the word SHINE and then a space in your name and a message, and send it to 84555. And there's the man himself on the back of the DVD. Fantastic. So 2 of those to give away to this morning. Yep. Right, so on with the soup. So far, let's just recap. We've got chili. We've got garlic, we've got red onion.
Got red onion.
Okay.
Half a stick of lemongrass. Now always bash it, it's great kind of, get your frustration out, fantastic.
Yep.
Bashing it actually helps to release the
flavour.
The fragrant oils, and it's those oils that give it its medicinal activity.
Superb. Okay, so you don't treat this like a vegetable that would stay in the dish, do you? You just literally, it's like an infuser, like cinnamon for sugar or milk.
Exactly.
Just pop that in?
Yep, in it goes.
I have to get involved in something.
Yeah,
let's just have a look at the ingredients that are in there so far. It's nice and colourful as well. I like this, very, very nice. Okay.
Little pinch of salt. Whenever you're using aromatics, so that's the things like the garlic, chilies, onions, etc. Always put in a little pinch of salt because that helps to pull all the flavours through.
Okay.
And then you'll actually get that layering of the flavour.
All right, fantastic.
So,
and next,
just get that.
Oh, we have to get that going and
get
moving.
that going on the heat.
And the heat has been going for some time.
It has.
But of course, it will take a while to get going.
Yeah.
So,
and that's in a little bit of coconut oil, by the way.
Okay.
Coconut oil is one of the best fats to actually cook with. Got a very, very high smoke point.
Okay.
One of the problems with using vegetable oils, when they go up to high temperatures, they can actually become quite toxic chemically to the body. Doesn't happen with coconut oil.
Oh, okay. Right, fantastic. Oh yes, cool. That was your base, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The coconut oil.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And is that better for you in some ways as well?
It is, yeah. I mean, there's compounds in there called medium chain triglycerides, which you know, some research suggests may help with the way in which the body processes fats, for example.
Okay. All right, superb. What's the next step then? Now we've got
the next
these
step,
going.
What we'd normally do is actually leave these to saute for sort of 10 minutes or so until the onion starts to soften and go clear. At that point, I mean, here there's about 125 grams of red lentils.
Okay, so they're going in just red lentils, just going straight into that.
About 200 mils of coconut milk.
Okay, in that goes.
And then
superb.
basically
I've
got some vegetable stock